That's why you come to Maryland. That's why you play in the Big Ten, to challenge yourselves. It's iron sharpens iron in the Big Ten for sure.
They fought the USC last week, a thriller here with a packed house.
Dawn Plitzowite, the head coach at Minnesota, she said that is at the top of their list. We don't want to have to take their rebounds away, but we have to stay pretty even with them on the glass because of those possessions.
Game's first turnover to Maryland, and McKinney the other way for the Golden Gophers.
Well, she reminded us today at shoot-around it was 9 months at Minnesota. A quick trip there, but I tell you what, she was AP Coach of the Year that season at Minnesota.
And Sailor Poppenbarger with the first points for the Terps.
Can we sustain it for 40 minutes against a solid team, especially on the interior, that Maryland is going to present in this one?
Yeah, Terps with 9 to shoot. McDaniel, strong move, and the runners cut off glass.
And she has just gained in confidence, in conditioning, speed, and execution.
Nice answer battle with the finish, and we're tied up at 4.
Tonight battle, she has been fantastic. The last 5 games, she has scored in double figures for Minnesota.
And the Terps with their second turnover, and right down Broadway for the scoop is Mallory Heyer. It's the points for the Golden Gophers.
Well, that's what you can't do, right? You got to come and meet passes, number one, but Minnesota's going to make you pay. Look at this great bounce pass.
Sarah Tibiasu from Maryland, who didn't play at Wisconsin, dealing with ankle issues, but a swipe by Schmeichel. Here come the Terps. It's Schmeichel. And the cleanup is there for who else but Dulcie.
Maryland is at their complete best. They're getting into passing lanes. They're attacking and staying ravenous with their deflections. Schmeichel couldn't pay it off. There's Dulce right there. Trying to get themselves downhill. Maryland has to have great gap discipline, which they have had so far in this possession.
Rose with 1 to shoot. A little too strong for Minnesota. McDaniel slipped, trying to get it back. Look at that fight for the boost ball.
Oh, hopefully she's okay. That's awful.
Sellers tees up a 3 and buries it, but just walking it off. And now she's going to sit and kind of work on that leg a bit. Second chance for Minnesota, and the jumper's good for battle.
That's where she likes to attack it.
Dulcie working the post. And that soft touch is good.
And that's what Maryland's done differently this year. They've shown a lot of different looks on the defensive side. Last year, a lot of switching 1 through 4, sometimes 1 through 5.
Battle sinks the 3, and we're tied up.
Shooting in that first half for Battle, inside, out.
And you never leave the table when you're on a heater, right?
No, you don't. Let it fly. 11-11 right now.
Battle with the nice answer from Minnesota, and a really good start from Maya Battle.
Win the battle and win the war, but right now, Battle is getting both done and leading her team.
Ball handlers. That's why the turnovers are lower, and the assist-to-turnover ratio is one of the best in the country.
Absolutely, and she says she holds them accountable in practice as Bree gets that one to go for the Terps from the mid-range. But she said that's what we go over in practice. Like, we give them 10 possessions, and we say, hey, you can't turn that thing over. And if you turn it over one time, like, that's enough out of those 10. And
she
they play
does
for about 30 minutes.
Nerdy math, and we're like students asking follow-up questions to the teacher as Raholski scores for Minnesota.
That's a good look in transition,
Yep.
and that's something Dawn Plitzowite said, hey, our transition defense has to be on point from the inside and from the outside.
They pounded inside. The recipient is higher for the 2. 2019 up by 4 here on the road. Just their 3rd road game so far this season. McDaniel stonewall, but she scores over Hart.
Shooting over top is what Maryland has found success with inside.
Drive and kick, runner missed. Hart the cleanup again. Dulcie fighting, she's got the rebound. McDaniel, nice feed, and Kubak with the layup.
And that's the great dime.
Guards top players, including Chuchu Watkins against USC last week. So we'll obviously hope for the best for McDaniel as Sellers makes the 3 and gives the Terps.
She has just really shown her stalwart ability on both ends.
Now Rose squeezing through. Cleanup there from Sophie Hart. 1 to shoot, and the 3 is good to beat the buzzer. Had a big clip as well.
No, absolutely, because they love to attack the painted area. And it's not just their guards or their posts. It's all 5 players. They want to touch the paint before they make things happen.
Sellers from 20 feet away. Hits the 2. That looked like a guy who grew up in PG County, right? Mr. Durant.
Yeah.
Well, ankle breaker. Oh, nice answer. Battle's been up to the task tonight. Loose on the deck and a turnover by Poffenbarger. McKinney stripped and lost it. There's Sellers. Poffenbarger missed the last time, the spin, and this time the finish.
And let it fly, trickle through the net. So then right here, defensively, just getting a piece of the basketball, pushing it the other way with a pass to Poffenbarger.
Sellers, her 13th straight game in double figures, right now with 10. Kicks it out to the spot is Poffenbarger, and this time she knocks it down.
Everyone has the ability to knock in the three ball. And that keeps defenses honest, and that opens up the paint when you try to run them off that three-point line.
Hard double team, still squeezing it in for two. Blocking foul on Hire.
Let's take a look at Sophie Hart down inside. Establishes herself, knows the defense is there, regather. Johnson has been magnificent off the bench for Minnesota, the lefty. Able to come in and score double figures twice so far this season.
Sellers using the screen. This the largest lead for either side at 6.
And have some great screens to set it up. Look at that little rub screen. That's all she needs.
Final 3:08 of this first half. And Johnson attacks the leaner, gets the roll. Final minute here in the second. Johnson off the dribble. And there's Hart again, down low, wide open, and Holloway with the finish. Let's see if Maryland goes 2 for 1. Nice pass down low, and McLean, a chance at 3 for Maryland.
And fluidity on the offensive side for Maryland. Poffenbarger right there down to Mir McLean. Sizes up the defense, gets tagged on the shooting arm as the airborne shooter. And she loves to see that grow every single possession of every single game.
3 seconds, down low, extra feed. Michael at the buzzer scores. And at the break in Maryland, it's the Terps by 5.
For Maryland, attacking the paint is what they do well. Cheyenne Sellers with the one-hand pass.
Good. We're checking to make
the
sure
extra
that
one. Maryland had a 6-2 fast break advantage. Most of that was due to Bree McDaniel getting into gaps and creating offense and defense.
Sellers, the baseline and co-reverse for a tough 2.
She's an initiator. Now she is a floor setter on the offensive end. But she can also score. She's just so tough to contain.
She has 14. Paddle and Sellers, the matchup tonight. Grahalski with the rain-making 3 and the answer.
Those 3 fouls, you don't want to get a quick fourth to start the second half and then continue to play.
No, it's a good seal, but a bad pass by Battle. And back comes Maryland, and it's Michael with the triple.
Is at their absolute best when they can get some steals like this. Stay nice and loose on the interior defensively in the post. That leads to a transit. That's what we were talking about. Don't give Hart that contact. That's what she wants.
Michael feeling good. Missed that time. Big rebound, McLean, and the putback's good.
And that's what makes Mir McLean so invaluably important and finish like that with ease.
Christie Terps with their largest lead tonight by 7. Battle goes to work. Battle off the mark. And Maryland trying to seize to begin this quarter. Schmeichel, foul line, floater is good. And Minnesota wants a timeout.
Yeah, Schmeichel has come alive just like she did in the second half against USC. Stop, pop.
But at the very least, donate, text, call someone you know, make sure they're safe, make sure they're okay, because it's been just heart-wrenching what's happened over the last week plus. 5 games, re-aggravated a right foot injury that occurred last year as well. And Maryland able to cash in.
This line out of bounds for Shyanne Sellers to come off the top. The nail extended with it. Decides to recalibrate offensively and set it up.
Off the screen, drills it. And Sellers from mid-range. I don't know if anyone's going to catch the Bruins in that department.
Pretty tough. And Betts and that crew, they are getting some work done. Number 1 team in the country.
That's a nice answer, though, by Holloway inside.
She tried.
5 to shoot. Kubek with the pass. McLean down Broadway. Or Baltimore Turnpike with the 2.
It's never that fast on the Turnpike, but that was pretty fast by Mir McLean.
That's a lot of red lights and construction on Route 1 right now.
There you go.
I saw where you were going. Here's Kubek for 3. Nails it!
Nice execution and patience once again by Maryland in the quarter court. And that's something Brenda Free said she wanted to shore up as well. We're a great fast break team, but we got to get it done in the half court as well.
Nice answer by Hart. Wouldn't know it.
Okay, good.
And with that, we put a bow on it. Here's McKinney with the left hand, and that's good. Well, here's the good news. You get fouled like that, you go to the foul line.
Yeah.
Maryland is 12 for 12 and perfect at the line.
And that's what they need to continue to capitalize on.
Stewart slips and scores. They'll get 2 shots.
Here's a great read offensively coming off the screen. Nobody slipped.
That's what she does best. 11 points per game off the bench. In fact, that leads Minnesota by a slim margin.
Yeah, 2 times this season she's been able to score double figures off the bench.
But Kubek is getting going in the third now at 9 in 16 minutes. Rips it away, but Stewart retrieves. Pull it out higher with the high rainmaking 3.
To rotate over to disrupt that shot, and then Stewart just grinding out the possession. Spray out triple extra pass.
But from Plymouth, Minnesota, and that's been the story of the roster, 11 from Minnesota, 2 from Wisconsin, and then 1 each from Connecticut and California as McKinney with the tough runner.
Giving her a lot of resistance there, and she just plowed her way right to the rack for that strong finish, and they need more of that from her.
Kubek nails another one from 3.
To increase this lead as they're trying to carry some solid momentum into the fourth quarter.
Second between the clocks, Stewart the roll, and the finish, and a chance at 3 for Annika Stewart.
Maryland in rotation and really challenging on that double team. If you're going to double team, then you've got to rotate hard, and hopefully it's just something that'll keep her out for a short time.
Yeah, Kubek had 10 of her 12 in the third. Smeichel picks it up and scores off the loose change. And Smeichel, their second leading scorer. Out of a double, it's Kubek again, yes! The Golden Gophers, their best 17-game start in school history, just 1 loss. Banker by Battle's good. A team shooting 46% from the field, and yet that effective on the offensive glass. 5 to shoot, Sellers, ball in her hands, pull up, long 2, drills it to beat the shot clock.
Feels like that for sure, and this one, watch the read, shot clock waning. Come on, Shy. That's a tough bucket right there with 4 hands in her grill. Oh my goodness. Ooh. You can see they're going right back down in there to Hart. She paid it off. It's a nice, easy bucket.
Well for Kubek, Smeichel flying in. And the second effort for Katie Smeichel. 5:40 left here at Xfinity Center. Ed Cohen, Christine Winter-Scott. And our crew led by Kian Delachagi, Justin Helm. Dulcie now with that last runner.
And they cleared it out. They overloaded one side and let her get downhill with it.
Nice answer by Battle, but not nearly as effective as she was earlier in the game. Midway point of the fourth. Sellers kicks it out. Tibiasu with the triple in front of the bench.
You have to be in the present moment. You can't think about what has happened. They've had a great start. You can't think about what's ahead either.
Kubek's been terrific this half for Maryland. Wasn't taking the shots late in that game, but clearly this is what they need to be that team that's competing for a Final Four. And if she draws the attention, give it up. And there's Tibiasu again. Tibiasu leads the break for Maryland. Final 3 and change to go. Sellers trailing, tees up a 3. Buries it. She's 9 for 11 and 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. A season best 27 as Battle can answer. Hard with the cleanup does, and a chance at 3.
Let's take a look right here. And you gave up the baseline, and that put Maryland in rotation.
From 3, 7 of 9. Kick it out, Smeichel. Her 3 is short.
It's a nice skip pass, though, to relieve some defensive pressure that Minnesota was creating on the strong side.
Higher with the shiner in the 3.
And that corner pocket has been good to her in this one.
And she jumps the route for the steal. Wants it up ahead. Instead, Grahalski to the basket. Scores with the left. You better have a busy night ahead. Get ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, the block by Schmeichel of Battle.
Allowing the dribble drive and the straight line drives off of the curl action. Minnesota denied.
Nice fake. One dribble and a three for Grachalski, and she buries it. And your Minnesota, you need everything to go right for a miracle comeback. Schmeichel catch and shoot three is off the mark. Hart the rebound. Final minute in College Park. Can't waste time. Johnson for three. That's good. And all of a sudden, the lead is down to 6.
Possessions, getting stops, pushing it the other way. They know time isn't on their side, so they're not going to mess around with the 6.
Double teamed. Tibiasu.
Dangerous pass right there up top.
Foul to stop the clock. Ball lost. Open break. Here comes Battle to the rim, and it's down to 4. Excellent at the line at 82%. Will shoot 2.
Yeah, look at right here, crowding the space, and you got to move the ball with passes. And
there goes Battle. Battle frees up an open shot for Stewart. Nails it, and the lead is down to 3.
Little drop out of it with 20 seconds left to go. Stewart did a great job. Screen and pop. And then she popped the triple.
Battle is short, and a top 25 victory. Maryland survives 99-92 tonight against Minnesota.